temporal crisis. This thing, this year, I would elaborate on in a future video, but this year, years to me don't exist the same way to other people. I know I said I grew out of the delusional anime phase. This is not it. Hear me out. This is an actual thing. Apparently, it's called temporal dislocation or temporal dissonance or temporal disattachment. Basically, I find it difficult to ground myself to the present because either one, I'm afraid of the future, or two, I love the past way too much. In any case, it leads me to, well, not know what now actually means. And a lot of my friends know this already, but they probably won't even remember it. But I do claim that 80% of my day, my mind is focused on either what will happen or what did happen. And ChatGPT, shout out to ChatGPT, I know it's not sad, it works. Apparently, the reason why I do this is because I am a sucker. It sounds so weird. I am a fan or an avid enjoyer. I can't find the right word, guys. I'm sorry. Of consistency. I need that security. I know what needs to happen. I just have that nature within me as a person who is an INTJ, who is apparently systematic and routine-based, and more than that, progressive. I basically want to have a sense of continuity when it comes to these, well, everything. But you know how life goes. We rarely ever have the chance to know what happens next. Heck, we don't even know what will happen the next few hours or so. So I guess there's this subconscious fear within me. So I made up this mental framework, or constructed my worldview, or let's just say the way I live my life as a whole, to counter this inconsistency in life. And this is the part that ChatGPT brought up. The only thing that's certain in this reality or in this world, aside from change and truth, is the past. That's why I cling on to it, because that gives me a sense of security. I know it happened, therefore I cling on to it as if it's me being a boat and then anchoring my anchor towards those past moments. And 2024 will be one of the heaviest anchors that I just accepted to be one of my heaviest burdens moving forward. This is my nature. It doesn't have to be inherently good or bad. That is what I was referring to when I was saying that I am going through a transformative phase in my life. I cannot fight this. There is no such thing as 2024 for me, because this is always happening in here. The same way 2023 is happening in here, 2022, 2021, so on and so forth. In other words, as delusional and crazy cuckoo and conspiracy theorist, I'm sounding like my grammar just broke down. I won't cut that, I'm too lazy. I don't see, or I don't view time or experience time in a linear manner. I tried explaining this concept to a friend of mine yesterday and he did not follow. So I guess I'd work on a way to boil it down and make analogies to simplify it better and make a sole video on its own. But that's basically it. 2024 led me to realize that I have a special power. I know I said Biel grounded me, okay, but it makes it far more exciting because for one, it is sad. Because, of course, I cannot let go. Or at least, I lack the usual capabilities of your average person to let go. It's because, well, I don't know, maybe the first taste of loss in my life is a very hard reality check that it just messed up my mind. But I've been doing this for years. And I've been doing it for positive reasons. I've always seen it as an ability. But when that ability backfires because of life and fate kind of making things unfavorable for the people, you know what I'm saying? It's just unpleasant. I really would love to snap back into past moments, but unlike the way I used to do it, let's say 2023, I can mentally time travel to 2018 and have the best time of my life. For 2024, that's gonna be difficult to do for reasons that are pretty much obvious. This year stinks, not gonna lie. And it's not even the me parting with my first girlfriend part that hits the most. It's me trying to accept the fact that I may be dysfunctional in certain aspects. Again, not self-deprecation. I've accepted that this is my nature. It's either I fight it or work with it or work around it. And I'm now trying to employ the third part where I'm trying to work around it. If I really have no choice, I have to find ways to work with it somehow. I don't know how. Mentally time traveling into the past. Just the same as saying you have very good memory or something, but I don't know. This year is crazy. Crazy, it's stupidly unexpected, and I love every single bit of it. Even the bad parts. And most importantly, the part where I spent time with her. Yeah, those were the best years. No, not years. Well, to me, years don't exist. That was the best time of my life. One of the best times. And you know, if I can blur the line between the past and the future, then everything is happening simultaneously. So at this very point, which is what, December 13, it's Friday the 13th. December 13, a year ago, it's like, I don't know, we were doing the festival thing going around the campus oval. Yeah, those were very good times. So to me, I can more or less go back or go to my campus oval here in USC, stand right in the middle or stand right in the approximate spot. I was there a year ago, like even though in terms of environmental awareness or sensing, even though it's not the exact same place, and I can simulate as if I was back there in 2023. I know to some people it sounds stupid, but to me it's everything. My entire decade, the past decade has been built upon that system where I'm trying to set up ways in which I can escape the present because, well, that's where I thrive off of. And so I end the video with this. This is not the last video of 2024, I assure you that. Future Homer, you're now obliged to make another video. My way of anchoring to the past is both a weight on my shoulders, but at the same time, it's also my propeller. I know it sounds stupid. I put it in the description of the last video. How can something be an anchor and your propeller at the same time? Well, that's for me to figure out in the next year, 2025. But you know, from my perspective, I've already done that because the concept of years and months and perhaps even time don't really exist the same way to me as it does to most people. So yeah, 2024, you're not really over to me. You never will be. Like, even when, I don't know, when it's 2029 or 2069, 2024 in here is still happening over and over and over. And the only warning, a very vague one at least, that GPT gave me is that I'll stretch myself thin. Well, that's commitment. I'll just call that commitment. I just value connections that much. I love our memories and experiences that much, whoever you are, or how short. That's how I function. That's just my nature. That's how I go about my life. That's the Homer trademark. I know, it's all over the place. I assure you, I will make a much more comprehensive explanation as to what I'm experiencing, this temporal crisis, temporal dissonance, whatever thingy-majig I'm referring to. I googled it and it's not even explained properly. And who am I to trust an AI wholeheartedly? Actually, no, that actually makes sense because I'm Homer. But still, the point is, I cannot summarize the year because the year will never be over. Please, I don't know.